Hi, this is Steve here in my workshop in Bellevue. This is part 4, the last part of a 4-part series on upgrading my Shopsmith mounted planer from the traditional Cutterhead to the Sheartak Helical Cutterhead. And the first 3 we unpacked it from the box. We took apart my machine. We took out the old Cutterhead. Then in part 3 we installed the new Cutterhead, put it back together. So now here in part 4 we're actually going to run some stock through this so we can see how it does and see how it compares with what we've done previously on the traditional Cutterhead. Now I've got this on the Power Pro here, headstock here, and I've got this on 220 volts, and I've got it selected here for the planer for general planing for hardwood, and it sets it at 4,000 RPM. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to turn on the planer, and then I will turn on the dust collection, and then I'm going to feed a piece of oak through here, over 9 inches wide, about 1.5 inches thick, and we're going to see how that does. And we're going to start out, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do it recommends in the manual for stock to run through this, you should run it at a feed rate of medium to slow when it's 9 inches or wider, and then a cut no thicker than 1/32 of an inch. Now those guidelines are based upon you having the traditional headstock. Well, we're going to run that through first, but on all of these I'm going to run my feed setting at high, at fast, because I know I have the Power Pro, which has got a lot more power. And so all of the feed rates are going to be at high. I'm going to run it through, and I'm going to take a 1/32 of an inch. And then the second pass we're going to run through, I'm going to do that at 1/16 of an inch. And then my third pass, I'm going to take off at 3/32 of an inch, which the manual says that's the maximum you should take off at a time on the planer. So we're going to see how it does. And so first thing you'll hear is going to be starting up the planer, then turning on the dust collection, and then feeding the stock through. And I might speak during it, but I'm doing the speakers that are built into my camera itself, rather than doing the mic that I normally have wearing around me. So that's what the sound sounds differently. Because if I put in a microphone on here, like I normally do, it mutes out the sounds from the machine a little bit. And I want you to hear the machine actually sounds when it's running. So that's why I'm using the sound that's on the tablet for my camera itself. So I'll put on my hearing protection and we'll get started. So this is my piece of oak right here. It's red oak. And first of all, I'm going to set this I'm going to take off a 1/32 of an inch on this first pass. I'm going to turn on the feed rate motor. And then I'll start my dust collection, and then I'll start up the machine. That's the dust collection, you're hearing that. So now, here we go. So I've got the machine ready. I'm going to do it through it. So that was a 1/32 inch you took on that pass, and you can see that just put a load on the machine. Definitely just put a load on. So let's try it. Let's see what happens when I run that. Actually, 2 seconds. On the So you could hear that motor drop from 4,000 down to 2,300 when I took off 364. So I would say that 32nd inch maximum that the manual says, even with the traditional, you should not do any faster than that with the Helical one. So here's the surface. You want to see how beautiful surface this got with the Helical Cutterhead. So it got a beautiful cut, and so let's just run it through again. This time I'm only going to take off about a 64th this time rather than the 32nd we did the first time. You'll see how that does. Right at 4,000 RPM. Let's not walk around at all. So that was a 64th we took off. Kept right up to the 64. This time we're going to do a 32nd off. So let's hold it right up. Let's hold it up. The 64th I'm going to take off here. See that kept up just fine, 64. I'm going to take, let's see, 64th and a half off this time. Now we'll take off 32nd again, see how that does. Okay, so this is the 32nd this time. Drop it down to around 2,000 RPM. And there's our surface. See how smooth that surface is.
Prove to the back.
Okay. So that's it for the Sheartak Helical Cutterhead upgrade. I am pleased with it. It's a whole lot quieter than my traditional Cutterhead. It gets a super smooth surface. My dust collection, it picks it up just fine, and I'm really pleased with it. So I hope this helps you. Thanks for watching.